Hey guys, it's me, Kay Allen, or as you all know, exoticarmy127 on Tumblr. And this is the grand Q&A for our second year anniversary, as promised. So I'm looking through your questions, and I think we can fit it all in one video. So I'm not going to prolong the introductions. I'm so sorry this came in late. It was supposed to be posted yesterday. The original plan was to post it on the day of the anniversary, so April 27, but it's also my finals week, so I was really busy, but I really had to make time to do this video since I promised to do one. And also I hope you all enjoyed the surprise scenario I posted last night, the one for Prof V. Yes, Promises and Constellations. I was actually writing that while I was waiting in line because I got my driver's license yesterday. And I was in the office, and yeah, so yes, I'm driving now. So cool. So yeah, I was writing the story yesterday, and it was, as usual, it was a blast writing about Professor V, or Dr. Kim, as we all know now. Okay, let's start with the questions. So here's one. Hey Kay, I was just wondering if you could answer how you manage to deal with writing so many stories at a time, and if you have advice for authors who don't follow the plotline they write down. Like, is there something to fix there, or is that okay and perfectly normal? Thank you, and congrats on this blog turning 2, from SWS. Thank you so much for the greeting. Okay, so my advice is don't write too many stories at a time. Yes, I do realize that I do post a lot of stories, a lot of chaptered stories all at the same time. Like right now, I'm writing Tease and Made in the AM, and then I have Heartbreak Synthesis on pending. But you see, that's the problem when I write a lot of stories all at the same time. I tend to postpone one or two. Like what happened with Heartbreak Synthesis. I had to postpone writing it because I cannot write them all at the same time because my ideas will get jumbled up. So yeah, so don't write many stories at a time. But if you can do it, then by all means go ahead. That's really impressive. Yeah, and also authors who don't follow the plot line they write down at the beginning. Yes, so as you all know, before you write a story, you have to write the outline, you have to brainstorm, and then see how the story will go from start to finish. But it's perfectly normal if you don't follow it, because in my case, I do write an outline. I do write how it will, I do write the beginning, the middle, and the end, but most of the time it changes because while I'm writing it, I get new ideas. So it's all right if you don't follow your plot line, because you get new ideas. You want another character to live or to die. That's perfectly fine. So yeah. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. So yeah, my advice is don't write too many stories at a time. And it's okay if you don't follow your first outline. You can always make outlines along the way. So what's important is you get to finish the story. Okay, next. This is from Jim Making Me Crazy. So I guess that's Jimin Making Me Crazy because it's Jimin's photo in this. Okay, so OMG, happy 2nd anniversary. I've known this blog since May 2014-ish, and this blog has grown so much, all for the better, of course. So congratulations. Anyway, quick questions. Any advice for getting over writer's block? And by the way, one of the main reasons I got into Tumblr and started writing, one of the main reasons I got a Tumblr and started writing. So thank you. Oh, I'm the reason. Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you're writing now and that you got into Tumblr. I had Tumblr since 2010, and it was basically for my Percy Jackson fan site. I was handling a blog site for the Percy Jackson series, and I had to make a Tumblr because I had members who had Tumblr, and we were using this site to do meetings and all that. Anyway, oh, you've been here since 2014, so more or less when this blog began. Thank you so much for continuing to read from my blog. To be honest, I wasn't even sure it was going to last this long, for 2 years. Thank you so much. So to answer your question, writer's block. In my case, if I do have writer's block, by all means I would stop writing. Yeah, because if I push myself to write, the more it will be difficult for me to get new ideas or to write the story I'm currently writing. So, for example, in Tease, I had the writer's block somewhere in the middle of writing that. And basically, the reason for the block was I was busy writing my thesis as well. So I had to stop for a while, and then I had to rethink all my ideas again and make a whole new outline. And yeah, and by end of that month, I was able to write again. So but if the writer's block is had gone on for very, very long, I've met people who had writer's block for about 3 months, 4 months, even a year. It happens when you just don't feel like writing, or the story you wanted to write is not going how you want it to be. The words aren't coming out. You can't put your ideas into words. That's perfectly normal. My suggestion would be to inspire yourself. So expose yourself to a lot of movies, music. Music is always my go-to. Listen to a lot of songs. Some of the lines there might spark an idea. So yeah. So for writer's block, it happens a lot to writers. It's the biggest problem for writers, but you can overcome it. Yeah, I don't believe that once you have writer's block, you won't be able to overcome it. It's just a block. You can push it away. But if you really don't feel like writing, don't push yourself too much. Don't stress out, especially to all the other Tumblr writers or who has scenario blogs. Don't be pressured by the number of messages that you receive or the number of requests. It's your blog. You can do whatever you want. It's all right to please your readers, your followers, but you always have to make sure that you're not getting too addicted into writing your blog because you wanted to post this at a certain time. You didn't want to disappoint your readers. Your readers will understand because we all have a life outside of Tumblr. So yeah. So don't get pressured, don't stress yourself out, just relax, watch a movie, listen to some songs, read books. I'm sure the writer's block will be gone by then. Maybe the next day or a few days after that. Okay, so next, do you plan on learning any more languages? Also, do you have tips for learning a language? Okay, so as of now, I'm fluent in 2 languages. So my native tongue is Filipino, and then I have English. So the reason I'm fluent in English, it's because English has been part of my curriculum since I was in elementary. So I've been learning it since I was very young. And they say that if you learn a language while you're young, it's the more that you'll be able to be fluent in it. The easier it is for you to learn the language if you've learned it from a very young age. Plus, I use English more because in our school, you're encouraged to speak English. Also, I expose myself to a lot of English books, English movies, everything English. So I think the best way to learn a language is the best way is to immerse yourself in the country in which the language is being spoken. So if you want to learn Spanish, immerse yourself in Spain, live there for a while. You'll be able to learn the language. I tried learning Korean. It was a self-study thing. And I was able to write Hangul, but then I stopped, so I forgot. But I will continue learning Korean, but I will probably take language lessons for that. And next month, I might start my French classes. I already enrolled, and I'm just looking for a schedule, so that it won't conflict with my other schedule since I'll be starting working as well. So yeah, so I want to learn Korean, French, Mandarin as well. People are telling me to learn Mandarin because if you put that in your resume, a lot of people need Mandarin speaking employees now because there are Chinese investors working here, Chinese investors here. So I think they needed people who can speak the language. What else? Japanese. Yeah, Japanese and Italian. Yeah, but my top would be French, Korean, and Mandarin. Those are my top languages that I want to learn. So, yeah. Okay, next question. Have you ever been drunk? If so, then it's story time, lol. Sadly, there's no story to tell because I have not been drunk ever. It's a lifestyle choice not to drink. First reason, because it makes my tummy bloat, and I'm on a diet. I think I'll be in a forever diet. Yeah. So I don't really drink. I don't like. It's not that. It's not that I'm not allowed to, but it's a lifestyle choice not to drink. So yeah. Sorry, there's no story to tell. Okay, so next question. I love your voice, Kay. So I was just wondering if you do any trainings, warm-ups for your singing. I've been singing since I was 3, professionally by age 7. So I've been joining a lot of singing competitions, and I've been doing events, singing for parties, like debuts or weddings, warm-ups, and trainings. Trainings usually you just have to sing every day. Like any other hobby or any other passion of yours or field, you always have to practice every day, be it writing, singing, dancing. Practice makes perfect, that's true. So you have to practice. That's basically what training is all about. Also, warm-ups. Well, before an event, well, not just before an event, actually, I don't drink cold beverages to protect your voice. Sweets are a no-no as well. So if I have like a big event coming up, maybe like a couple of months, I really take care of my voice. So no sweets, no cold beverages. But I'm kind of used to it by now since I've been doing it for so long now. And usually when we go out and we would order drinks, it would just be me and warm water or like lukewarm water. So that's it. But if it's really hot, like the summertime, like right now, it's about, 30, 35 degrees. It's hard not to crave for ice creams or smoothies. Sometimes I would treat myself to those things, but most of the time you really have to discipline yourself to take care of your voice so that whenever someone calls me, hey, can you sing for this event, or can you sing for my wedding or something, you're always ready. For warm-ups, vocal warm-ups, the usual, those do, re, mi, fa, sol, or other drills you can do. There are a lot of YouTube videos for that, so you can use those. So yeah, I'm so glad you like my singing. Thank you. I was really surprised that a lot of people are actually listening to my covers. Yeah, so I have a new cover coming up, so that's something to look forward to, right? But I'm just looking for a time to go to the studio and record, since I might have time in the next 2 weeks, next week or next week, since this is my finals week and then I'm graduating on May 20th. So from now till then, it will just be graduation practices, settling of accounts or other requirements. As of now, I'm already settled. I have my last class is this Saturday, so I'm pretty much free. I might even finish T's, who knows? That got you excited, didn't it? Okay, let's move on to another question. Can you tell us what you think is some key tips to writing, things that you often have trouble with? Maybe any website you know, if that'll help. My school literature class only cares about what is going to come up on tests, so they aren't teaching me anything about writing like I've suggested, and it's just so sad. I can't. Oh. Oh, that's... Well, you see, writing, you can't really learn how to write stories. It's something that comes, I think, it's creativity that comes to you, much like in painting. I can't teach you your style. People can teach you your writing style as well. It's something that you develop on your own as you write. What else? Key tips. So yeah, so to be able to develop your own style, you have to practice a lot. You have to write a lot. Write every day. It doesn't matter if you write a whole story. You can just do free writing, write like a scene, or maybe if you're a poet, write a few lines, a few stanzas every day. That will really help you harness how your mind works as you write, and you'll be surprised that sooner or later you're gonna be writing so fast, writing so many stories at a time. Yeah, any websites that I know that'll help, I'll get back to you on this. Maybe I'll put in a master post, but the websites that I can suggest you though are mostly grammar sites. I visit a lot of grammar sites to because yes, I did learn grammar in school, but sometimes you forget. You have to refresh on what verbs to use, what tenses to use. So yeah, so mostly grammar sites. Also, maybe I can give you some websites on figures of speech, since in stories we use a lot of metaphors and all those allusions that make your story really good. It makes your readers think if you put metaphors in it, and it makes what makes something lit, you know. If there aren't metaphors and you just put everything in literally, the readers don't really have much job to do than to just read it, you know. But if you put metaphors in it, it makes your readers think, and it makes your story more memorable to them. So yeah, so I'll probably make a master post and look for websites for you. Okay, so yeah, so literature classes are I took a lot of literature classes. I had creative writing, and what my professor did was she only showed us examples of the piece we were going to write, and then she lets us write whatever. For example, for travel write-ups, she gave us an example of how a travel write-up should look like, and then she made us write a travel write-up. That's it. Maybe because writing is not something that you can learn step by step. It's something that you have to practice on your own, so that you get to develop your own style. You get to know how to write this and that. So yeah, so I think literature classes just give you the basics: grammar, spelling, figures of speech, to use the technical things you can use in writing to make it better. But they don't really teach you the core of it, of how to write a good story. That all depends on you. So yes, so just practice, write every day, and you'll be able to develop your own writing style. Okay, so wait for that master post. I'll be posting that soon. Okay, next question. How do you find motivation to write, or word the story so they flow or sound better written, or like metaphors and stuff? How do you use literary devices in your works, and what advice do you have for new writers? Well, the motivation comes from a lot of things. Inspiration comes from a book I've recently read, or from this movie I watched, or this song I listened to, or this scenery that I saw and then I photographed it and it's a good photo and I wanted to make a story out of it. But if you're asking what motivates me to write in general, I started writing when I got obsessed with reading books, back when I was 14 years old. And when I was reading all of these books, it just came to me that I want to write my own story as well. So I guess the other authors are my inspiration, why I wanted to write. And then when I created this blog, I got more inspired when people started reading my works and saying things like, your story made my day, or it helped them through something really hard. They were going through something in their lives right now, and the story happened to be relatable. So from just wanting to write because it's fun to do, now I wanted to write because it helps people, it makes people happy, it's not just entertaining, it inspires people to write too. So yeah, so right now what inspires me are my readers, the authors, and of course everything else around me. So yeah. How do I word my stories? It wasn't an overnight thing on how I worded my stories. I had to practice a lot. When I was 14, I posted the story before on Wattpad. You can go check it out if you can find it. And then I read my works now. It's very different. It's very different. I used to say that, did I really write this? What was I saying before? So it wasn't an overnight thing. You really have to develop. So I've been writing for 7 years, 8 years now. And if you do it every day, if you're really passionate about it, you're going to improve. You're going to be surprised at how fast you word things, or how fast your mind works in thinking of metaphors and all these allusions that you can use in your writing. And yeah, and you're gonna be a better writer as you go through, as time passes by, that you practice more and more. Also, yes, you can also do research on literary devices. There are a lot of things to use. It depends on the genre that you're writing. If you're writing fantasy, there are a lot of literary devices like metaphors, that you can use. If you're writing crime or horror, there's also other styles for that. You can all Google that. Google knows everything. So you could research a lot of literary devices to find out which technical devices you can use in your writing that would make it better. What else can I say? Advice for new writers: don't be discouraged if you think some writers are better than you, because no writer is ever the same. Remember that everyone is unique. Everyone has their own style. So yes, it's true that, for example, here on Tumblr, you see that people have more readers, more followers than you, but that's normal because you're just starting. Like for me, I started and there was like 20 followers of the blog. I didn't even know that I would reach up to thousands of followers who read my stories every day. And I guess you don't have to worry about those things. You just have to worry about what you're gonna write, how you're gonna write it, how you're going to present yourself to your readers, because writing is it's not exactly fictional, it's very expressive. So when you write, you have to understand that you're sharing a part of yourself to your readers. It's a scary thing at first to be sharing personal experiences, your values, your ideas, and putting it into your writing, because you can't be sure that everyone will like it. But I'm lucky that a lot of people liked it. Yes, I receive criticisms as well, and you just have to take them gracefully. Don't get mad if you get criticized by for your works, because you have to understand that nobody's perfect. So there's always room for improvement. That's why in every scenario that I write, I always ask for comments, suggestions. No, I'm just not. When I say tell me what you think, I'm not just looking for compliments. I'm looking for criticisms. I'm looking for, hey, you misspelled this, or hey, maybe it'll be better if you've written it like this, because I'm very open to suggestions and ideas, because I want to improve. So yeah, so that's the reason why I ask people what they think about my writing at the end of every story that I post. Because I want to improve, so I want to know what are the faults in my writing and all that. So yeah, so that's my advice for you. So the first one was, do not worry about other writers, worry about your own writing. Second is, take criticism gracefully. And lastly, practice. And then lastly, you gotta have fun. Okay, in everything that you do, you gotta have fun, because if you're enjoying what you do, your readers will see that, will see your passion, and they will like your work more. Somehow, if you're very passionate about something, the product or your work comes out appealing to a lot of people. So you always have to enjoy what you're doing. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you're already writing. Okay, so good luck on that. If you have a blog, message me your blog so that I can read your stories as well. Because I actually go through the scenario tags and then look through scenarios if I want to read. Right now, though, I'm into a lot of OTP fics. I've been not just OTP fics, but Tecook fics. Yeah, VCook fics. I've been reading a lot of them recently. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm such trash for those two right now. So anyway, okay, so let's move on for another question. Hey Kay, I think a video response would be the best way to celebrate your 2nd anniversary. Actually, all of you wanted a video response, so here we are. Okay, anyways, very soon I'll be going through a very hard situation where I'll be leaving everyone I know and moving to a completely new place. How do I deal with the loss and survive in the new place? Please send me support. I love you. Oh, I guess my advice for you is don't look at it like it's a bad thing to be moving away from all the people you've known all your life. I know it's a scary thing. I can relate because ever since I was young, we were moving from one place to another. So I experienced being the new student for at least 3, 4, or 5 times. Oh, wait, maybe 4 times, up to 4 times. I had a lot of practice trying to fit in to the in crowd or to the new school, and I didn't really have a hard time because people were always welcoming. So yes, it's going to be difficult because you're going to start missing your friends or your family you've left behind, but you have to also see the bright side of things, that you're going to meet a lot of new people and experience new things, and there's new adventures waiting for you. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. There's going to be new adventures for you, a new chapter in your life. And as a writer, writing a new chapter is the most exciting thing. So I think you can parallel it with that if you're moving to a new place, you're going to experience a lot of new things. So if you're missing your family, you can always message them, Skype them, video calls. It's so easy now with today's technology. So unlike before, they really had to write snail mails, handwritten letters, but now they're just a click away. So missing them won't be too hard. Also, it's not forever. I think you can go and visit them if you really do miss them. But yeah, look at the bright side of things. I'm sure you'll make a lot of new good friends. You're going to, if you're going to school, you're going to achieve a lot of things. So I wish you luck. Okay, I wish you luck, and I hope you have a lot of fun. If you're having problems, don't hesitate to go into my inbox, and I can keep you company. Yeah, I mean that, guys. Okay, so another question. Here, can you list all the countries you visited and your favorite things about each, please? Oh, I should have made the list. Okay, so first, there's Hong Kong. What I like about Hong Kong, I always love Chinese food. So with food, dim sum. I love dim sums. But when we're in Hong Kong, I've been there 7 times already. The reason why we kept coming back is because of Disneyland. I think you all know that I'm a big Disney girl, and Hong Kong doesn't have visa. We don't have to apply for visa, so it's very easy to book a flight there. We love Disneyland, so we keep coming back. So yeah, those are my favorite parts about Hong Kong, is the food and Disneyland. And there's also that place, the Peak, where you have to ride a tram up a hill, and then there are boutiques there on the top, and a great view, and it's really cold during during December. So yeah, the weather also in December. We usually go December because we like the cold weather. Another country, I went to Thailand about 3 years ago. In Thailand, the things I liked, the temples are gorgeous. I went there, and it was so beautiful. There was an aura of historic. There was an historic aura, and then the beauty of it is so different from the other temples that I've been to. So yeah, I really like the temples and Thai food. I think I'm gonna say food in every country that I visited because I love being adventurous with food. I'm not very picky. So Thai food is one of my favorite cuisines. I like because I have a thing for spicy food. I like all things spicy. So yeah, Thai food is one of my favorites. So I've listed two. I've been to Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, what I liked about it was the canals, the streets. The streets are very very pretty, and the weather. I like how it's so gloomy. Well, I went there June, and it was supposed to be summertime already, or like the end of spring, but the weather was so gloomy, like dark gray skies, and those are my favorite types of weather. So if I would choose to live anywhere in the world, Amsterdam might be one of the places I would live to because live in, sorry. Because yeah, the environment is so nice, and I love how everyone's riding bicycles. The bicycle, I wasn't able to ride one though. I was supposed to take a bicycle tour, but I wasn't able to. Maybe when I come back, I will definitely try those bicycles. I hope they did that here in the Philippines, more bicycles, because it's less pollution, more environment friendly. So yeah, Amsterdam, one of the greatest places I've been to. Yeah, and I wasn't able to see the tulip field as well. Anyway, I will make sure to return and do all the things I wasn't able to. So yeah, the thing I love about Amsterdam is the environment itself. It's very nice. I've been to, okay, so that's three. I've been to Paris, France. Paris is probably the top place everyone wants to go to, the dream place. But everyone will say that their favorite thing about it is the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre. But my favorite part would be when I visited Shakespeare and Company, the bookstore. I wrote about it. I posted it, so you can just check it out on my originals master list. I wrote about the bookstore, and I really liked the atmosphere. I actually used it as a venue for one of my stories. If you remember Words, Fate, and Accident, which is a V scenario as well. Yeah, that was basically my experience when I was in Paris. I wrote it all there. Even some of the feelings Joey is the main character was feeling was actually how I felt when I was there. So yeah, that was my favorite part about Paris. And also the streets looked very movie-like. It's like walking in a dream. It's true. I thought they were joking when they said that when I go to Paris, it will be just like in the movies that you've seen. And it's true. It's really like in the movies that you see when you're walking the streets, the cobbled streets, and all those cute buildings. It's a really beautiful place, and it's somewhere that I would really want to return to with my family this time, because before I just traveled with my dad. So yeah. Another country I went to, Japan. I stayed in Kobe College then. It was an exchange student program, so I was there for about 2 weeks. What I liked about Japan was we visited an island, Miyajima Island, and it was really beautiful. There were deers walking around, and I was really enjoying the deers. Because they're like stray dogs, but they're in Miyajima Island. There are stray deers, and oh yeah, that place I was able to see Shiny. 3 members of Shiny. Minho was there, and he was like right beside me, and I was like trying to hold in all my feels because I didn't want to be that fan. I don't want to be that fan. So yeah, and then they weren't allowing photographs, so I didn't get a picture with him, but they were so cute, really cute. If it were Bangtan though, I wouldn't miss a photograph. I might have insisted on getting a selfie with one of the members if it was Bangtan, but I don't know. Who knows? Okay, another thing about Japan, the food. Japanese food is life. Even in here in the Philippines, there are a lot of Japanese restaurants, and whenever we go out, most of my siblings would choose Japanese restaurants over any other restaurants. They would also, I love ramen. Yeah. Also, not much for sushis, but I do love their salads as well. What else? Where have I gone? Singapore. But yeah, Universal Studios. Yeah, really fun there. I guess Sentosa in Singapore is really nice. You get to visit a lot of places. We went hotel hopping then, like checking out all the hotel lobbies. We stayed at Hard Rock Hotel, and the swimming pool is really nice. What else can I say about Singapore? I'm not much of a fan of food in Singapore, but the place itself is really nice. Like Orchard Street. Is that the right place? Orchard Street, where you get to like a shopping district. I'm not much of a shopper, but I like walking around and window shopping. window shopping. Also, I think I mentioned everything already. So yeah, those are the countries that I've been to. And in May, on May 22nd, May 22nd, Sue's birthday, right? I'll be flying to Korea. Yes, finally. Yeah. Flying to Korea with two of my best friends. We've been planning it since we were in first year college, and now we're graduating, and this is our time to travel. So we're traveling to Korea this May, and after that in June I'll be flying to Japan. This time I'll be in Tokyo, because before I only went to Kobe and Osaka. Now I'll be in Tokyo first week of June. So that's really exciting because I get to visit another Disneyland. So yeah, I'm really excited to go back to Japan as well. Okay. Next. Do I have other questions? Oh, I think I answered all of them already. Wow, that was fast. Yes. Oh, I have other questions on my Ask Book. Please don't think that I'm ignoring you. It's just that there are so many messages and I've yet to answer all of them. Yeah. So I'll be answering them soon. Don't worry. I still have some reaction requests as well. So yeah. Yeah, I answered all the questions. Okay, so my turn to give a message. So there's not really much to say, but thank you for continuing to support my blog, for continuing to read my stories. It's been a pleasure writing for you guys. Also I'm enjoying myself because I like writing for EXO and Bangtan. Yeah. Oh, speaking of EXO, I still have to post the concert experience. I watched them in concert last January, and it was fantastic. They were really great performers. They sang live. The dancing was on point. Well, what to expect about EXO, right? So yeah, I still have to post the concert experience. And to all the armies out there, Bangtan is confirmed to be having a concert here again in the Mall of Asia Arena on July 30th. Why do I feel like I'm endorsing them or something? But anyway, someone messaged me that they wanted to meet me. Yes, I will be there at the concert with my friend. So I hope to see you guys there. So it's been 2 years since this blog has been created, and I'm just so overwhelmed by the love and the support, the many friends that I've made here on this blog. I'm just really grateful for all of you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to support the blog, and here's to many more years. Okay, I hope I get to write still, even if I'm already working on my book. Yes, I am working on a book. Even if it takes us lots of years. I know nothing lasts forever. Maybe God's love is forever, though. but writing is something that I want to do in the long run as a career. So even if I do disappear on this blog, I hope you'll still see me in bookstores. Why on the shelves, my name on a book. So if you see my name on a book, always remember that I started here on Tumblr, on Asian fanfics, on Wattpad, even the stories that I've written for BTS and EXO. So yeah, so you guys inspire me to become the writer I want to be. So thank you so much. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this this Q&A. It was quite shorter than the other one, but I really enjoyed answering all your questions. So I'm currently writing Teas and Made in the AM. I'm so glad everyone's liking Made in the AM so far. Made in the AM was a idea that I just got, and then I talked about it with my friend Marie Carr, and we finished the story outline, so I basically know the ending for it. Well, like I said before, it might not be followed as I'm writing it, but as of now, I'm on the same track as the outline that I first made. For Teas, we're almost ending. Can you believe it? It's been more than a year in the making. Yeah, and then we have 4 more members for the Dark and Wild series. Don't worry, I will finish them. I already have stories for the other members. Yeah, as for the order of their stories, I'm not telling because that's part of the surprise. So after Jimin, we'll just see who's next. Okay, so I think you can expect an update next week. So that's something to look forward to. To end this video, yeah, thank you so much. So I'm really thankful for all your love and support for this blog, and hopefully I get to write more stories that you're gonna love and you're gonna like. And yeah, my ask box is always open if you want to talk, if you want I give advice now because apparently they like my advices. So I like to help people as well. Still closed for scenarios. I'm so sorry since I'm writing two chaptered stories right now, so I can't really get scenario requests. Reactions are still closed, but I will be posting. Will be posting throughout the week. Yeah. Oops. So yeah. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for going through, I don't know, 30 minutes of this video. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Forever, ever, ever, we are young. Forever, we are young. 나리는 꽃잎들 사이로 헤매어 달리네.